Zombie apocalypse.
And we are back. Yes, it's me, Benny Buffon, here again with another video on the roster tactics skill ups help video. And well, today's the day the official Champions Cyanide Cup competition starts on the obviously on the consoles and the PC. So yeah, it's going to be great, isn't it? Let's be honest. There's so much I'm going to be doing regarding the cup competitions. Just in case you don't know, obviously myself, Benny Buffon, I'm a PS4 admin, and basically I usually stream my my games, my road to the playoffs with certain teams. Last season I think it was Dark Elves and Nagel I did it with. I am also be streaming, this is on Twitch by the way, I'll be streaming the playoff games, as many playoff games as I can when we finally get to the knockout competition. Well, it's going to be fantastic because there's going to be more games to watch, because obviously now Legendary Edition's in. We don't have 16 teams anymore, we have 32. So there'll be an extra round of matches, so it'll be fantastic. So also we've got the weekly show coming through. Basically what that's going to be is every week. I'm debating what day. It depends what's going to be easy for the coaches. Welcome to try and get coaches on the show as well. But I would say over the weekend on Monday, I'll be doing a talk show, and we'll look back at the week in the Cyanide official cup competition. What teams are making the mark, which teams are moving their way up, and who's looking like favourites to take that coveted spot. And it should be great. I'm hoping to do it on the PS4 and the Xbox One as well. So these videos, well, we've done quite a lot already, so these videos will start slowing down now. I've been trying to rush through as many as I can. So I did the Lizardman roster this morning, and I'm going to get this one done. Now what's going to be the Skaven, so we're looking at Skaven today, and then obviously I'll do my best to get the rest of the rosters done. So you know, I'll do my best, but obviously I'll be playing on the, obviously apart from my real work, obviously where I have to go to work like today as well, I'm going, you know, I'll be on the Xbox One, I'll be on the PS4. I was thinking of maybe doing the PC and going for the full 3, but I don't think I'm going to have time to try and get a playoff spot on all 3, so that may have to wait until the season after. So so plenty to do, and also if that wasn't enough, I've also got the Blood and Tears PS4 Private League where I'll be streaming, and they will be having their own talk show as well. So a lot to do. So if you haven't subscribed, please do, because you won't miss out on any goodies. And don't forget, obviously you can go to Benny Buffon TV on Twitch as well. That's where I'll be streaming a lot of the matches from. It's also on my YouTube channel as well in the top right hand corner, where you can click on, it'll take you straight to it. Anyway, enough of that then. So done all that stuff, let's get on with the Skaven rosters then, and let's see what we've got. So the first build is quite a standard build. You've got your thrower, you've got your 4 gut runners, you've got your 2 stone vermin and 4 lamb rats, you've got 3 team rerolls and an apothecary. I am perfectly balanced. It gives you everything. You've got a thrower, you've got all your 4 gut runners, you've got both your stone vermin, you've got your lamb rats, and you've got an apothecary. Just in case one of your key pieces gets splattered, and 3 team rerolls. What's not to like about this roster, really? It's fantastic. Has everything. The only thing it's missing is a bench, obviously. But you know what? You know, something has to be missing, that's just the case. But it gives you all your positionals, and this really is a fantastic starting roster, in my opinion. The other roster we're going to have a look at is the one with the Rat Ogre in. So if you're a guy who loves the Rat Ogre, well, the good news is we can fit him in, and the good news is we can do it without losing any positional. So this one, you got your thrower, you got your Rat Ogre, you got your 2 stone vermin, and you still get your 4 gut runners. You've even got 10k in the bank as well. Everything's looking good until you look at the other side, where we've only got 2 team rerolls, so we'll lose a reroll there, and we've got no apothecary. So it's not great. So after your first game, it's going to cost you 120k to get yourself a team reroll, and obviously you still need your apothecary, was 50k. So you are giving up quite a bit to get this Rat Ogre in. And I'm not a big fan of Wild Animal. if I want to move this guy, I need to roll a 4+ just to move him. So your best option with this guy is to blitz. So 2+ to blitz, or to have him next to someone and hit them. I know a lot of Skaven coaches will take the Rat Ogre early doors, and then when the team's well developed, they'll get rid of him. I tried it in a private league, and the Rat Ogre was just a pain in the backside. I felt like I had to babysit him every single game, and in the end I fired him. But for the people who want the Rat Ogre from the start, this is your best build. Again, you've got no bench, but especially in the side cup competition, I think these two are your best rosters, because if you go horribly wrong and your team gets wrecked, you can always rinse and repeat and start again, can't you? So they're the two builds. Me personally, out the two, I would go with the first one. I think this is just a better build. It's more reliable. You've got your 3 team rerolls. You've got your Apothecary. If you lose a Stone Vermin and got running, you can try and save him by using your Apothecary. I just think this is the best build. And then because you've got the 3 team rolls and you've got the Apothecary, you don't need to worry about upgrading that sort of stuff. So as soon as you get cash, you can start looking to getting yourself a bench. Because obviously with Skaven, having a bench is key. Because they're only armor 7. Apart from the Stone Vermin and the Rat Ogre, so you need that bench because they do break easily. So we've got our roster. We've decided which one we're going to go with. How do we skill these guys up? Right then, so let's have a look. We're going to start off with the throwers to start off with, and here's the first build. So obviously you've got passive show hands as standard. This one, obviously, if you roll a double, I would be looking to get strong arms straight away, because obviously that helps. On a single roll, you're looking at accurate. Safe throw is not a bad thing to go for. Nerves of Steel, obviously, if something goes into your tackle zones, it doesn't give you the -1, it just ignores it. And then Dump Off's a bit of an interesting one, because obviously, because you've got no protection skills, no block, no dodge, Dump Off's quite good and it works well with Nerves of Steel, because if someone does get through and does blitz your thrower, at least you can hand it off or do a quick pass to a colleague nearby and make sure, or try and keep hold of the ball and not turn it over to your opponent. So it's a really nice build, this. Obviously, you get your pluses from your accurate and your strong arm. Your safe throw helps with interceptions. Your Nerves of Steel ignores all tackle zones when he tries to throw it. And obviously Dump Off's there to hand it off if someone does get a hit on your ball carrier. The next build's more of a sort of like a bit of everything, more of a running thrower. Because obviously you are movement 7. That's a good thing about Skaven. They are very fast. You start off with block, and then obviously on a double you'll be looking to get dodge, and then obviously accurate as well, just to give you a bit more reliability when you are throwing the ball. 2 heads helps you dodge better, so obviously dodging away from an opponent gives you a 2+ dodge, and if you've got the dodge skill already, then it's a built-in reroll as well, so that's fantastic. Other doubles to look at is probably going to be strong arm. But this throw basically is just built to just do a bit of everything, to be honest, so it is pretty good. Regarding characteristics, strength, yeah, fantastic. Strength will obviously make it harder to get the ball off him. Agility is beautiful. Having an agility 4 throw is fantastic. Movement, especially on the running, well, in fact on both, movement would be good on either of them. Obviously having a movement 8 thrower means it's a lot easier, because you can move further, and obviously the distance to throw the ball will be shorter. Armor value would be, again, the way I look at throws is throws shouldn't be getting hit. You should be protecting them, so you really shouldn't need the armor value. If you do want the armor value, I'd take it very late on in the skill up. So there's your throwers. Now then, your good old Rat Ogre, the pain in the backside Rat Ogre. Right then, where do we start here? Well, obviously on doubles, there's various things you can go for. You can go for Stand Firm, what I haven't actually put on here. So if you break the corner of a cage, you put yourself next to the ball carrier, Stand Firm will keep you there, and obviously the prehensive tail means it's a -1 to dodge away from him. On a roll of a double, you've got a few different things you can take. Personally, block is probably the most safest option to take, unless you've already got Juggernaut, because block will make it a lot safer to hit, and obviously it helps protect him as well when he's getting hit. If you want to go absolute complete destruction, then Claw would be good with Mighty Blow. And you can also get Juggernaut as well, so obviously you can be blitzing with a Mighty Blow Claw piece. That'd be quite scary. Pro would be another good skill to take because obviously, you know, just for reliability, especially when you're moving him on a 4+. So Pro, even though I put it on here, that'd be another really good one as well. And obviously Break Tackle is fantastic because obviously it makes him move about on a 2+, and also gives you a chance on cage breaking. And like I said, with a lot of big guys, you can go Break Tackle, and on a double you can go for Dodge. And then he becomes a more of a reliable threat trying to break into cages as well. But yeah, I mean, like I said, block is usually the sensible call. But you know, Pro, Claws, Dodge, they're 3 of the great doubles to get as well. So if you're looking to get more than 1 double, then it's fantastic, because if you've got block already, then you roll another double. You can think, right, what do I want him for? Do I want to give him a skill to make him cause complete carnage and try and take players off the pitch? If that's the case, you give him Claw. If it's for maneuverability or cage breaking purposes, then get Dodge. And then obviously make sure you got Break Tackle as well, and they just work really well together. Because that means it's dodging away on a 2+, and it's crashing a cage, a standard corner cage on a 4+. Fantastic. Right then, your good old Storm Vermin. Personally, this is the build, or very similar build you want for your Storm Vermin. You have not got much bite on your team. Your Storm Vermin what give you that. And if Skaven can get the numbers down, it makes it huge. And the guys who will be tasked to do that, especially if you don't have a Rat Ogre, will be these guys. You need one of these built to be killer, in my opinion. Mighty Blow and Paladin are the obvious starting points, but obviously if you roll a double, get that Claw straight away. Because a Mighty Blow, Paladin, Claw, Tackle, Frenzy piece, wow, they will cause destruction. Just a quick point on the Rat Ogre regarding strength, agility and all that. I wouldn't take agility, obviously. Strength, I don't think I would. I'd rather take block on a double. Movement, I wouldn't. And armor, I wouldn't until later on. On these guys, for stat up, strength every day of the week. Oh, I'd love strength. Agility, I'd still take, because obviously it makes me a lot more maneuverability. Armor, I'd take very late on in the piece, and movement, I won't bother because the movement's 7 already. I'd probably build 2 guys like this. Because they're just awesome, and you know these are the guys who are going to take out the trash, so to speak. The other way to do them is like to help assist his colleagues, and then basically because you've not got much guard in the team, so this guy gives you that much needed guard. Obviously, Stamp Them will keep in place if you don't get knocked down to help offer assists, and then you can look at Mighty Blow for trying to take out your opponent. Tackle's another good piece after this. Dodge on a double gives him blodge, so that'd be fantastic as well. So this is your alternative build, in my opinion, to your Storm Vermin killer, so to speak. Right then, your Gutter Runners. Whoa, hey, here we go. Now then, Gutter Runners, if quite easy to score with 1 turn with, especially if they roll that magic movement plus 1 allowance straight away. And this is sort of how you build it. So obviously you rolled your double, you got your movement, so you rolled 10 and got movement. So you now movement 10. So if you get sprint, that makes him move a potential 13 squares. So that means it can be just put on the line of scrimmage, give him the ball, and he can score. Obviously, there's 3 GFRs in that, and any dodges he's got to do. So sprint and sure feet are the 2 you need. I'd probably maybe go sure feet first, and then sprint, because obviously sure feet gives you the extra built-in GFIs, and obviously you still only need 1 push forward to get this guy in scoring range. So I'd probably go sure feet, sprint. Then it's totally 2. I'd probably go 2 heads, because obviously people will set up a defense, so you'd have to go through tackle zones. So having 2 heads mean you can go through just the 1 tackle zone continuously on a 2+. What's fantastic. Block, well, block depends when you want to do it, because the earlier you bring block in, yes, it does help him survive, but obviously it stops him becoming a more efficient 1-turner. So it's up to you. This sort of guy, the problem with a 1-turner like this is this sort of guy you don't really want on defensive drives, so you don't be used for offense. So You know, that's something to look at. If you want him on your defensive drives, then you'd probably bring block a bit further forward. And sidestep is obviously another skill there as well. So even though you can point and click, you may want to try and manipulate a few more squares with this guy so he doesn't have to do all the GFRs. So sidestep would help you with that as well. Like I said, these are nice, but I find that a lot of people rely too much on these, and then when they fail or they end up dying, then people are like, oh my god, now what do I do? What game plan we got next? So don't over rely on this guy, because like I say, it doesn't work every time. And the other thing as well is your opponent, when it is on the pitch, will try and break him quickly. Here's a like more of a all-round defensive build. So you've got your dodge already, you've got block, so you've got blodge. If you can get guard's always nice, I think. Get a bit of assist in there. Other options is obviously 2 heads as well. And that's what I forgot to tell you with the 2 heads from the 110, you would need to roll double for that. You've got that. But this bit's basically, you know, even without the guard, you block and you dodge. So you blodge, so you're hard to knock down. Sidestep makes sure that you don't get, or helps you not get surfed. And then obviously that works really well with diving, tackle, and tackle. So on offense, you know, you can obviously score, and then obviously you can be using defense with the sidestep and diving tackle. So he's a really good all-rounder, this guy. Really is. Does both. He's got it both. Right then, your cage breaker, the guy whose job it is to go in there and take the ball. So instead of block, you go wrestle, because obviously wrestle, you're trying to get the ball loose. Leap is next. If you roll a double, you desperately want horns because it gives you +1 strength on blitzing. So if you can get a double, that is fantastic. Then you're looking at strip ball, tackle, and dauntless. They're your other skills as well. It's up to you whichever way you want to do it. Like I said, I'd definitely go wrestle first. Then I'd go leap. But if I roll a double, then I'm definitely going horns because it makes them so much more effective. If you don't roll a double for horns, then obviously dauntless is very good because obviously against a standard strength 3 piece on a 2+, you get the same strength as he does. So that is fantastic. So you need at least one of these guys. I'd be looking to build 2 like this because at the end of the day, Skaven have to get the ball loose. They're not going to really win a bash fest against anyone, against many opponents. So like the elves, these guys have got to get the ball loose to win. Brutality is not going to be is going to win in many games, and hence that's what's so important with the 2 stone vermin being killer builds. And there's just another basic. This is just a basic standard build for just running the ball. Obviously, you got your blodge, you got your show hand, so that saves against strip ball, and obviously helps you pick up on a 2+ with built-in reroll. Show feet and sprint obviously means you can move up to 12 squares with a built-in reroll, and obviously sidestep helps for trying to do a 1-turner, and obviously helps them against being surfed and stops them getting manipulated for a chain push or anything else more than a multiple hits a turn. So it's a no frills build. This build will do you well, and this build will score you a lot of touchdowns. Basically, if I built a guy like this, I'd be tempted next skill to maybe get diving tackle, so we can revert him to two different jobs he can do. Stat wise, movement, yes, definitely take movement, especially if nobody else has it, because obviously you've got an option of a 1-turner. Strength, yep, strength's fantastic, makes them hard to take down, especially on your gut runner ball carriers. Agility is fantastic, especially on your strip ballers. That'd be awesome. And armor, well, armor I would take, but it'd have to be 3-4 skills before I even think of taking it, to be honest. So there's just 4 different builds. There's so many other different builds you can do, but I'm just giving you a few different builds there to have a look at. Obviously, one of your Land Rat has to have kick because you've got all that speed. You need someone who can kick it deep, and then obviously your gut runners and the rest of your team, who are still all quite fast because we're movement 7, they'll obviously go and launch and try and put enough pressure on your opponent before he makes that dreaded cage. So after kick, give him block, and that's all he really needs. If he did roll again, I wouldn't really want him to get another level up. If he did, Fend is pretty decent. Obviously, it wouldn't be a Skaven team without at least one data player. As soon as you get 14, 15 plays, at least one of these will have to have data player. I'd probably have 2 of them, because at the end of the day, you're trying to find any way possible to get your opponent's numbers down. And the best way is with a Rat Ogre, if you've got one. If not, you kill a Storm Vermin and Fouling. They're going to be your 3 best ways of getting players off the pitch. So you need these. And if you've got a big bench, then of course you need these bad boys. These guys are fantastic. If they have a going day, they can take 2 or 3 players off in a game. And 70 TV and the movement 7, so they can go just about anywhere to foul is fantastic. So make sure you have a couple of these bad boys in your team. Line of scrimmage, line rats, very simple. Give them wrestle, because obviously they're movement 7 anyway, so obviously they can get up and move about. And it stops the opponent from following up. Also protects you from piling on pieces, and Fend stops you from getting piled on, and obviously stops them from marking you up again, meaning you can move all over the place. Because at the end of the day, you want to be fighting on your terms. You don't want to be just getting knocked down, getting back up, and then you either dodge, and if you fail your dodge, it's a good chance you can injure yourself with only armor 7, or you just get up, stand up, and you get punched again and again and again until finally your armor breaks and you're off the pitch. So Fend is really good. It protects you a lot, and it means you can move about without having to dodge. And wrestle's just a great skill, especially on rats. Obviously, if you roll a double, there's various skills you can get, but obviously a land rat with block and dodge is always going to be useful. Really nice to have, because you're not going to have much guard in the team. So if you can get 2-3 pieces of guard, it'll be fantastic. Because obviously with the speed of 7 as well, you can get them into you can get the guard into places where you desperately need them, and that can be a big difference to whether you get 2 dice or not. If you want to go a bit funky with doubles, then block and prehensive tail can be quite useful, especially if you tag up an opponent with another rat as well. The -1 on the prehensive tail is very useful, and sometimes you can put them in lanes where they won't even realise you've got it, believe it or not, and they'll just try and dodge, and they won't even realise about the -1 and can cause turnovers. The only problem with having this prehensive tail, is it's a double. You've got to think, is it really worth a double prehensive tail? But it does give it a bit of character, and that tail looks bloody cool if you ask me personally. So that is basically a quick rundown on all the rats. There's multiple other skill ways you can do them, but obviously if I went through all of them, we'd be here for about 2 hours. But these are just standard builds where if you had a team like this built in this sort of way, they would be very competitive for definite. So fight on your own terms. Stamp when you can, especially with data players, because obviously you've got to try and get you're trying to obviously get the opposition down on numbers. Because don't forget, a lot of the teams like Elves and that, they'll probably only have 11 players or 12 maximum. So if you can get them down to 8, 9 players for the second half, and you're still going to have 11 players because obviously you've got a deep bench, then that's going to be massive to you. So rats, if you can control the game, and try and keep as many players on as possible. I know it's hard because they're AV7 mostly, but if you can make sure that your opponent is only got 7, 8 plays each drive, then you've got a great chance, because rats don't need much of a gap to go through and score. They'll never have a problem scoring. The problem is keeping them on the pitch. So only mark up when you desperately need to. Try and clog them running lanes without giving your opponent the free hits. And obviously be patient, get your players in position, and then strike. You've got your wrestle piece there to strike. Use him whenever. It's like I said, I've said in another video before, some people might wait and just call him defense and wait till about 6, 7, 10, and then try and get the ball loose. So then your opponent's got very little time to get the ball and score. So, there's that option as well. And then don't forget, even if he scores, then you've got a turn to do a one-turner. With Rat, you're better off, if you win the toss, is to kick. Really do. Because obviously that's just the best way to do it. Because then he's gonna have to score, and if he does, when does he score? Does he wait until the last possible moment? And if he does, that gives you more of a chance to stop him from scoring. And even if he does, you've still got the option of the one-turner as well. And then in the second half, regarding the score, you can then control it to what best suits you. So there's another little tip. So that's it. That's me done. So that's the rats done. So we've done the rats and we've done the lizards today. Like I said before, please subscribe, because if you subscribe, there's so much more content coming. We've got a couple of weekly shows on the Cyanide Cup on the PS4 and Xbox One coming. A lot of the playoff games will be on my channel by Twitch, and then they'll be then put onto YouTube. And the PS4 final will be on YouTube as well, so it'll be on there. And there's just so much more stuff to come on. So please subscribe, and then you won't miss out on anything else. Like I said, I will do my best to get a few more roster videos on. They will be slowing down now because obviously all the things are starting to start now. All the cup competitions start. I've got other videos and talk shows got to do as well. So if I haven't done the race you want, let me know. Put a message in there which races you want. I'll try and get them done as soon as I can. But thanks again for watching. Hope some of these tips have helped, and hope you do well with Skaven if you're going to try and win that cup on the consoles or the PC. So there we go. Thanks again. Take care. Stay classy, and good luck on the Blood Bowl pitch. And see you on the next video. Bye bye. Take me right back to the start.